Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on Deadpool and Wolverine. That's right, a person's fan fiction has come true, though it's not that type of fan fiction. No, this is a team-up film. Technically, this is Deadpool 3, though this time around, Fox has no part of it, as this is the first R-rated film in the MCU. Also, I don't really get these things because they're kind of expensive. But I did get one of these like container things that Regal has been promoting. Like you put your drink in here, and there's like a little popcorn thing in the back right here that you can put in. Yeah, they've been doing that for other films like Inside Out 2, Minions, and other films. So yeah, I figured just for the hell of it, I did get the baby Deadpool one. So I was hoping he was in the movie, because it would make sense, but I'm not gonna say if he is, or if he is, I'm not gonna say where he's in, because of course I cannot spoil anything, and I'm not going to spoil anything because, well, it's a Marvel film. You can't spoil Marvel films when they come out unless you're making a spoiler video. But I don't do spoiler videos. But anyways, enough. Let me talk about the movie. Deadpool is living a somewhat sort of good life. I mean, he has his friends, though his relationship hasn't been too strong, but there is a threat going on into his world, and he cannot do it alone, despite the fact that, he's pretty much invincible. But he manages to bring along another very strong, invincible-ish, well, not really invincible, because, of course, obviously the Wolverine. Despite the fact that he died in Logan, which was supposed to be a send-off for Hugh Jackman's character, he thought to himself, you know what, yeah, I'll come back as Wolverine, and that kind of worried me because Logan ended off his character beautifully. Like, sure, it was tragic, but it was very heroic, and there was no need to bring him back if that was supposedly going to be the last time he would be Wolverine. But I'm happy to say that despite the fact that he is back now, the way it's handled here, it's actually done very well. And I'm not going to go any deep into how they do it, because if I do, people are going to get mad at me, because I'm not sure if they were expecting sport. But yeah, this is not the first time that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are on screen together in an X-Men-ish film. No, but we might as well just say that it is. Let's pretend that it is, because, well, the first time it actually did happen, well, that never happened. If you saw Deadpool 2 during the mid-credits scene, then you'll know that that does not exist anymore. So yeah, this is a proper team-up for them, as they were against each other in that thing, but they're with each other now, despite the fact that they are complete jerks to each other. They insult each other a lot, but I just love seeing it on screen, because it's pretty much what I was hoping for. A lot of humor and a lot of violence, and the violence, it was so satisfying to see. Like, seeing these two team up, not just going against each other, but with each other at the same time, it was just so endearing to see. And they work so great, surprisingly, in this film, despite the fact that they don't have their own teams and the fact that they make their one team. It was like a dream come true for some of these people that were big into the Deadpool comics and X-Men comics, and making this into a film that's actually bringing them together in very grisly fashions. As this film, it is by far the most violent of the three Deadpool films. It is the bloodiest, and it did not disappoint when it came to that. I will say, though, it does have some pacing issues, specifically in the beginning, and it definitely does tend to drag once in a while, hence why it's the longest, not counting the super duper cut for Deadpool 2. Now, of course, there are a lot of cameos in here, because that's the biggest thing that's hard to spoil, is the cameos. And there are quite a bit of them. And they do somewhat have purpose to them, because, of course, when it comes to Deadpool, Deadpool is one of those heroes, or superheroes, or anti-heroes, or any type of hero that just loves to pretty much mock, like, what they do in, like, the movie season or in the comic season, or just always tending to break the fourth wall. And there isn't as much in here as the other two films, but it definitely does tend to bring some more creativity when to, bringing in the fourth wall breaks. And the jokes there are quite a bit of jokes referencing the MCU, because that's one thing that I expected, because Deadpool is pretty much a part of it now, and this was the one MCU film that I was generally looking forward to, because it's been really hard for me to look forward to them nowadays when that's pretty much all the buzz about. But we haven't got one since The Marvels, and The Marvels was in my opinion, but I was generally looking forward to this film. And because I was a fan of the first two films, I generally did have hope for this one, and the fact that, despite the fact that it's in the MCU now, and they're always like PG-13 this and that, and just keep it low, because this is supposed to get kids in, but, yeah, chances are kids are going to sneak into this movie. I mean, with Despicable Me 4 and Inside Out 2 still out, and Inside Out 2, let me just say, congratulations on becoming the highest grossing animated film of all time. That just proves that even Pixar is back. Is Marvel back? Is the MCU back with this film? Well, I don't think it's the best MCU film, far from it, but it is one of the most entertaining ones I've seen in quite a while. If you don't care for the story, the action, and the chemistry between Reynolds and Logan, because oftentimes it does focus on Logan quite a bit, rather than just Deadpool, making it show that it's both of their movie. And, you know, the fact that they work so good together just keeps it from feeling dull, even with some slow pacing at first. And look, this is an MCU film, so obviously there is going to be some bad CGI, but it's gotten to the point where I kind of gotten used to it. And sure, sometimes it can definitely feel like cameos in your face just isn't enough, because the stuff that Deadpool did in the first two movies, or at least the very first one, it pretty much felt more like it was just his movie rather than it just throwing in a bunch of references. But, you know, all in all, despite the fact that, you know, cameos might just be a bit irritating because, you know, it's like nostalgia baiting for some people, I generally felt like for this film, it does somewhat tend to work. And in the end, I had a really fun time with Deadpool and Wolverine. It might not have the best pacing, but, you know, what really saves the film is Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just working together in this film, mocking each other, but also working with each other in order to stop this threat. And it does tend to have some soft spots here and there, and generally I found myself having a bloody fun time with this one. And it's one of those films where I'm just like, you know what, I don't need to look up anything for this, because my best recommendation is just watching some of the X-Men films and, you know, the first two Deadpool movies. You don't really have to get into the MCU to, like, fully get, but, you know, generally, if you're a fan of the first two films, you might have a fun time with this one, and it has been pleasing some crowds, so it's definitely probably going to please you. I mean, I saw this in IMAX 3D, and it was honestly one of the best IMAX 3D experiences I've had, and yeah, there was some major eye-popping moments, but I felt like it was very satisfying, and we rarely ever get, you know, films in 3D or IMAX 3D anymore. That's why I had to wait another day to see this movie. I couldn't see it Thursday night, so I tried really hard to avoid as many spoilers as possible, but now that I saw it, I'm safe now. And don't worry, you guys are safe here too, because I want you to go into this movie completely spoilers free, because it was definitely worth it. If I thought the movie was bad, then yeah, it would be a spoiler filled video, but I had myself a bloody fun time. Both of these two, with the claws and the guns and the katanas, it was all very satisfying to see. Alright, before I end the video, I want to make an announcement. This isn't really anything big, but I started an Instagram account. I know I'm extremely late to the party, but I don't know, I just felt like making an Instagram because I just wanted to, because I feel like, because I want to try getting this channel a little bit more bigger. I want to, you know, put more of my social media feed out there, so that's why the link's in the description with all the other links down below. So yeah, give me a follow, and you'll see more of what I have to offer outside of social media life. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.